A woman was having sex for the first time after having a hysterectomy. A hysterectomy is when you surgically remove a person's uterus, either because something is wrong or because they elect to. The person will no longer have any periods or be able to have babies. People do it all the time for many number of reasons. Her man ruptured the inside of her vaginal vault and her intestines came out. Ooh. Something few of us had seen. That woman has the most prompt dressing care while waiting for the surgeon to come in. We all couldn't believe it, and she was just sitting there talking to us with her intestines between her legs. Jesus Christ. That is pretty impressive for her and the man. I mean, if that was me, I'd be telling all my friends, oh, you fucked the shit out of her? Well, I fucked the intestines out of her. Also, vaginal vault? Who calls it that? What are we hiding in there? I had a laboring patient once that legit thought her babe was going to be born through her belly button. We'd been checking her cervix all day, and at one point she asked when we'd know when her belly button would be ready to have the baby. Excuse me. This poor woman has no idea that the truth is so much worse. And besides, everybody knows the belly button is for peeing. Also, where was the man putting his dick? If she thought it was coming out of her belly button, that must have been where it went in. Ooh. To be fair, that belly button is pretty useless, so who knows? Maybe that's what she thought.
I got a promotion, and so I am officially a supervising nurse. Came with a small pay bump and a large responsibility bump. So it's been a little difficult finding that work-life balance, but you know, it's good. It'll be good. It'll be good.
You would be surprised how little more you get paid for becoming either a charge nurse or I guess a supervising nurse. It is as little as like $1, but the responsibility is, you know, and people do this because it is a stepping stone to what they want to become, like a manager eventually. I don't think you become a charge nurse because you want to become a charge nurse. Most of the time, you become a charge nurse because the hospital needs you to become a charge nurse or a supervising nurse because they're so short-staffed, in my experience. If you're a healthcare worker out there, let them know in the comments, okay? How much did you get paid going from a regular floor nurse to becoming a charge nurse?
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Mother called because she was breastfeeding her baby and it bit off her nipple and swallowed it. Oh, Jesus.
That's what she said.
I felt that. She wasn't concerned at all about her breast bleeding from the missing nipple. I mean, that's good on you, Mom, but seriously, nipples don't just grow back. I guess that's why we have 2 nipples, in case you lose one to a hungry baby who clearly was sick of their all-liquid diet. It's so sad, now one of her boobs is just pointless. One of my patients was admitted to the ICU for DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. That is when you do not produce enough insulin and you have too much blood sugar. His blood sugar on the ER admission was around 1,000. That is very high. The normal range is around 100, right? Is that around 100? 60 to 140. Still got it, baby. He was transferred to my unit after the DKA protocol was done. During my assessment, the patient just stood the whole time and refused to sit. When asked why, the patient asked me back, will my blood sugar go down if I stand up like this? What? I wasn't sure what he meant, so I asked him to rephrase. He said if I stand up, all the sugar in blood will rush down to my feet, and when you check my sugar, it's gonna be at least normal to low. I was speechless. He was 25, thought he should know better than this. Technically he should, but honestly, I have stopped giving patients the benefit of the doubt. Tips from the ER. If you plan on getting frisky this holiday and stuffing your own stocking, make sure it has a flared base. This does not have a flared base. It is festive, looks fun, ribbed for your pleasure, but does not belong in your chimney. This looks fun. It's flared, but it doesn't have a flared base. Obviously, not a flared base. This candle holder, yes, flared base, and the right size. If you're feeling a little adventurous, here's a longer one. Also, flared base. You see how it can't get sucked into the hole? And for those at the top of the naughty list, we have this. Make sure to get a flared base, motherfuckers. Happy holidays. Oh, it's an angry kitten. Oh my god. No gloves.
Did your cat? Nothing.
Oh,
She's the
double dose.
cat. So as soon as she comes in here,
Did you hear that? The owner was like, she's the sweetest thing, I promise. Liar. That was a spawn of soup. Kind of looked like we were going through an exorcism there for a bit, but the cat was just angry. I went on a call, and when arriving on scene, we came into this man's house. He was bent over the couch with salad tongs trying to pull a Mrs. Dash salt shaker out of his rectum. When asking him how this happened, he said he slipped on shampoo in the bathroom and fell on the salt shaker. Ah, yes. Guys, come on. He was just seasoning the salad before it gets tossed.
Gross, what does that even mean?
Do you know how far you have to slip to get from the bathroom to the kitchen? But they don't think about that. This is always the excuse in the ER. When something is stuck up someone's rectum, they always start it in the bathroom, because that is the only way they can explain why they were running around butt naked in their house. Which honestly, you don't have to explain. I am naked in this apartment all the time. Only when people aren't here. I'm not wearing pants right now. One Thanksgiving, patient's ear got bitten off by his cousin because they were fighting over $5. Sometimes you just can't wait for the turkey, can you? Also, $5? Was it really worth it? Ear was brought in a bag of frozen veggies. Better than most people. Guess we won't be having any vegetables for Thanksgiving this year. Also, hi Steven, we used to work together at the Stanford ER. I guess this was apparently submitted by my coworkers. Real healthcare workers who come to my comedy shows. Which, you should come too. Fentanyl patches. It's a patch you put on a patient's body when they're in pain. It's fentanyl. You know, it's not super dangerous if it's used in the hospital and used in a way where it's like controlled, right? But yeah, you should definitely keep your gloves on when taking the fentanyl patch off, because there can still be fentanyl on the patch, and fentanyl will make you look like this. I once had a patient that wanted to keep her pain pump so badly that she locked herself in the bathroom and wrapped herself onto her IV pole. Wow. If you don't know what a pain pump is, it's essentially a pump that we hook up to an IV pole. All you have to do is press a button and the pain medication goes directly into your IV and into your body. It's usually given to patients who are in severe pain who need it every few hours. The good thing is the pump only allows you to press the button every few hours, or only when you're allowed to have it again. So you can't just keep pressing it. But yeah, she really wanted to keep her pain pump. Patients are addicted to pain medication.
Hi, sir. What brought you into the ER today?
Animal bite?
What animal? A squirrel? Where did it bite you?
My penis?
How did that happen?
Well, I was outside and I saw a squirrel tail in the snow, and when I pulled it out, it bit me.
Is there anything else going on or that you want to tell me?
No, that's it.
Have a seat in the waiting room. We'll call you in soon.
Okay. Should I pull my pants back up?
Yes!
We had an ER tech literally shit himself while doing CPR. It smelled horrible and we were all gagging. He was yelling, "Look out, code brown, bitches," every time someone had to walk behind him. Patient survived, but the tech's dignity did not. It sounds like the tech's dignity did just fine. It doesn't sound like he was embarrassed at all. If this is what it takes to save a patient's life in the ER, the smell has probably woke the patient up, honestly. I've sweated a lot during CPR because it is a very physical activity, so make sure to stretch your triceps before you start doing CPR and wear a
I had a patient who only had chest pain when her husband wanted her to pee on him during sex. You're allowed to say no. Yeah. What do you do for work? You're a cath lab nurse? Did something happen to the patient with the chest pain where they had to call you?
yeah, so she came in and the doctor's like, so when are you having this chest pain? Like, what are you doing? And she was like, well, you know, it's during sex and my husband wants me to pee on him. And we're all like,
Yeah, and that stresses her out. As it would for anybody, okay? Come on, performance anxiety, you can't just... How old was she?
40s, but I could not look at her husband again.
Oh, her husband was there. Motherfucker was like, I like what I like, doctor. The time I woke up from a coma as a paraplegic with a traumatic brain injury. Is that you? Oh, oh. I assume you put it this year so we could laugh. It's a story for people to laugh. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so... Well, congratulations, they're laughing. You guys are f***ed up, okay? Well, that's nice. You put your email on here. Was there a reason for that? Oh, you weren't child informed yet. No, I think I have it now. I'm happy you came for the stand-up. Listen, she put it there, okay? It's not like I found her, like, oh my god, look, let's make fun of that one, okay? I wasn't.
Help! My husband needs help! What's going on, ma'am? His penis is very swollen. I had an allergic reaction. Ugh! It feels like it's gonna fall off. I'm gonna have you take your pants off. How did this happen? It's all my fault. I read online that you could use coconut oil for vaginal dryness, but he has a nut allergy. Gotcha. Okay. No worries. We'll get you back there and get that taken care of right now. Your husband is doing much better, ma'am. He's almost ready to go home. Oh, thank you. I would avoid any more coconut oil in the bedroom. Yes, of course. I would suggest trying other vaginal moisturizers like KY jelly. Jelly? Yes, KY jelly. If I don't have KY jelly, can I use grape jelly? No, nothing from the kitchen. Oh, okay. As a provider, NP in the emergency department, that is a nurse practitioner, in the emergency department doing a pelvic exam, but because the lady was on the larger side, missed the vagina twice, and she said, wrong hole again. Come on. We've all been there, fellas. If you don't work in healthcare, you don't know. Okay? It's very hard to see what's going on down there. It's usually not that hard to find the vagina. It's usually harder to find the urethra, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. If you don't know, women have 3 holes. Men have 2. We each have a urethra, which the pee comes out of, and a hole in the bum where the poop comes out of. A woman also has an extra hole called the vagina. Vagina typically is the easier one to find. We're student nurses in the ER and a guy cut his wrist and he wouldn't stop bleeding and they had it wrapped up. We went in with the doctor to assess it and he unwrapped the guy's wrist and blood squirted out and my friend said, uh-oh, we're in the splash zone. It was just dead quiet in there afterwards, man. You gotta read the room. Okay? It's not that it's not okay to say things like that, because you can joke in the ER. This is something I would say, but you really gotta make sure everybody's cool with it too, you know? Not the worst thing he could have said. It's not like he said, sir, your bleeding is causing a mess. You need to stop that immediately. That is not okay to say to the patient or your girlfriend, ever. Also, what doctor is nice enough to let student nurses follow them around? Where is the nurse who is in charge of these student nurses? When my dad was an ER/trauma nurse out of college in the 90s, he found a sandwich in the fat folds of a patient and they said, oh, that's where my sandwich went. Let's hope to God this guy never loses his dog. Sir, there's a reason they're called cold cuts. You do not need to keep them warm. This happens all the time, by the way. We hear stories about this all the time. Really large patients will lose things under the folds of their skin. We once found a dead cat. The cat wasn't very nice, is what I'm being told. As a vet tech, we regularly do icky procedures like expressing anal glands. Basically stick your finger up the dog's ass and squeeze. Well, I've been waiting all my life for someone to express my anal glands. Be sure to stay away from the barrel of the gun, keep your mouth closed, and have a pair of spare scrubs handy because you'll otherwise be stinky for the rest of the day. No different than a human hospital then. I have been on once or twice in my life. Proud to say it too. Badge of honor.
Guess I can cross this one off my bucket list.
Kid's mom called pediatrics to find out what vitamins her kid got after cutting the vitamin in half and only giving half, thinking the child only got certain vitamins, not half of all of them. How do some people go through life thinking about things like this? If you cut any pill in half, you get half of everything in the pill. We should take her child away and submit this child to Child Protective Services. Poor kid has a mom with half a brain.
I got my ankles microwaved.
X-ray.
They took my blood away to use for science.
Cholesterol test.
April had her sinuses removed.
Looked at.
Some guy looked at my wiener, touched it. That was weird.
And that guy wasn't even a doctor.
That
It's from my favorite TV show, Parks and Recreation. That was pretty funny. Patient came into the ER with chief complaint of ninjas. Methamphetamine played a key role in him being on the roof of his home and paranoid that the vague images he saw darting between the shadows must be after him. Quote, the only thing I could think of was it was ninjas. He called 911 but refused to come down from his roof when police arrived on scene. He had to be tased and handcuffed. What? If a man calls 911 and is on his own roof, are you allowed to tase and handcuff him? He started with, I know I'm not crazy. I saw what I saw. While recounting his experience, it changed to, I don't know, maybe I am crazy. By the time he finished, he was at, fuck it, I am crazy. Well, you know, the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem, so good for him. I had a patient in the ED for detox and SI, suicidal ideations. After taking her belongings, 10 minutes later, she said, do y'all want this too? And pulled a mini bottle of wine out of her vagina.
Okay.
I hear, to age the wine, you need a dark, enclosed place. And she found the perfect one. I'm sensing notes of cherry, meth, and... straight from the source. See, ladies, you complain about pants not having pockets? Make your own pockets. I had a patient tell me she hoped my future children got cancer and died because I was too young to be speaking to her. I thought being called a cocaine whore was the worst thing they could have said. No, future children get cancer. That is spicy. She then tried to throw her bedpan at me while screaming at me that she pays my salary because she works at Amazon. There's so much to unpack here. First of all, was the bedpan full or was it empty? Second of all, ma'am, you could barely pay your own salary working at Amazon, okay? Let's be real. She thinks because she works at Amazon, she has Jeff Bezos' salary. It's not true, lady. I love you, Amazon. Please deliver my packages. Code blue! Patient's heart's not beating! Someone page the doctor and get me a crash cart! We need more blood! Emergency room, how can I help you? Hi, I gave my son a vitamin today, but I cut the vitamin in half before I gave it to him. How do I know which of the vitamins he got? Ma'am, he gets half of all the vitamins. Really? Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Brown, you're gonna get discharged.
Oh, well, who's gonna do it?
I am.
You're gonna suck me off?
What? No. What are you talking about?
If no one's gonna suck me off, how can I be discharged?
No, sir, I meant you're going home.
Oh, well, I'd still like to be discharged first.
No, sir, no one is going to... Damn it!
I don't mind if it's you!
Dorothy, are you sure you don't have anything metal below your waist? No, I don't think so. Well, we got your x-rays back, and there's definitely something metal in your pelvic area. Are you sure you didn't have any surgeries or maybe put something up there? No! Oh, you know what it is. Is that a dollar bill safety pin to your underwear? It's in case I need to call a cab. I see. Well, hold on to that, and we're gonna do the x-rays again, okay? Can you hold it for me? I don't want to lose it. Of course. Let me get some gloves. I was checking in on my coworker slash work bestie. Aw, work bestie. Caught her just as she was giving meds to her very confused patient. She gave him his cup and told him to drink some apple juice. He did and made a face after and said, "Ew, that's bitter." Huh? She looked at him puzzled, removed the lid, and looked at me and mouthed, "Oh my god, it's pee. Oh my god!" I was absolutely dying laughing in the hallway. How did you confuse a urine cup for a juice cup? They don't even look the same. A juice cup has a lid that you peel off. A urine cup has a lid that you twist off. PSA to all the new nurses out there. If your apple juice has a twist off lid, it's probably urine. Best we can hope for is that it's at least his own urine he was drinking. I was asked at a party about what the grossest thing I ever saw was. I told them about a patient that was rotting from the inside out, and when we cut his clothes off, the maggots in his genitals hatched and flies erupted from his balls. Oh my god, that's so gross. It's always maggots, always maggots. If you work in healthcare and someone asks you what the grossest thing you've ever seen was and you've ever encountered maggots, the answer is always maggots. They hatched from this guy's genitals. How long were they in there for? Ew. Everyone looked at me like I was horrible, and this one doe-eyed lady asked, "Well, did he live?" What? I laughed and said, "Hell no, ha ha." It was then I realized my job had killed my soul. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why healthcare workers have a very dark sense of humor. We see flies exploding from a man's genitals. I mean, come on. Usually it's the men who get their penis stuck in the fly, not the other way around. As a pharmacist, I had a patient come in who did not speak English as a first language. They struggled to ask for hemorrhoid cream and ended up asking for asshole cream. Asshole cream. Yes. Well, we all know somebody who could use some asshole cream, don't we? A hemorrhoid is a little piece of meat that pops out of your rectum and sits right outside your butthole. It is a swollen vein, and you can get these from being constipated and pushing too hard while you poop. I actually get these sometimes when I'm traveling. It's very hard to maintain a good diet when you're on the road and traveling. I can never get enough fiber, and one of these little suckers just pop out, and they can be painful, which is why there's hemorrhoid cream to help the pain. But I have never heard anybody call it asshole cream, but it makes sense. We should start calling it that.
Welcome to the ER. How can I help you?
I have these red lumps on my arms. They really hurt.
When did those start appearing?
A few days ago, I think. But what are they?
That is an abscess caused by infection, and you have a few of them.
An infection? Am I gonna be okay?
Depends. What have you been injecting into your arms?
How did you?
Have you been using drugs to get high?
No, I'm not getting high.
Okay, then what are you injecting into your arms? Because it's clearly something, and you should probably stop. You're only 16.
Can I just see a doctor, please?
Yes. Just a few more questions and I'll bring you back, okay? Austin, I put a patient in room 2. 16-year-old girl with multiple abscesses on her arms.
Multiple abscesses? From what?
Drug abuse. Duh, that's what I'm thinking, but she's denying drug abuse. Of course, they always do.
Were you able to get a urine sample?
Already sent to the lab. Her one other complaint, she's more tired than usual. Oh, 1000% drug abuse.
I guess we'll know soon. I'll go say hi. Hi, Charlotte. My name's Austin. I'm gonna be your nurse today. What's gonna happen to me? Well, these lumps on your arms are filled with pus from an infection. The doctor will come cut them open and drain them for you. You're gonna cut me open? Yes, but we'll numb you first. It won't be painful. Oh no! Can you tell me how you got them? That's okay. I'm gonna go get some supplies. I'll be back. Hey, Doc. Lidocaine's ready for you in room 2.
I'll be right there.
Did her labs come back?
Yep, she's clean. No drugs.
Really?
Yep, whatever she's injecting into her arms, it's not showing up in her urine.
Huh.
Can you also get me an IND kit and just be ready to wrap her up and get her out of here?
Sure thing. The doctor will be in soon. Okay. Look, we know it's not drugs. But it's really important we know how this happened to you so we can help you prevent it from happening again. You don't want to come back to the ER for this. Trust me. I just hate how I look. What do you mean? Everyone makes fun of me for being so pale, and I'm tired of going to tanning salons.
So you're getting high because people are making fun of your skin? No, I already told you I'm not getting high! Then what are you doing? I went to the vitamin store and bought some over-the-counter melanin. I injected it into both my arms. Charlotte, there's no such thing as over-the-counter melanin. You're either born with it or you're not. Yes, there is. I still have the bottle. Look. Charlotte, this is melatonin. It's generic melanin. No, they're different. This is a medication to help your circadian rhythm and sleep, not skin pigmentation. That's probably why you've been so sleepy. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, who's ready to drain some pus? What just happened in here?
Oh my god. Cockroaches in both ears. No idea they were there. Patient just had decreased hearing on right. Checked both for completeness. Needed an adultier adult. Med student was excited for the learning opportunity. Okay, first of all, whoever wrote this, your grammar is terrible. Cockroaches on both ears. I've never seen it, but I'm not surprised. That's usually what happens. If someone's having hard of hearing in one ear, we'll check the other. Okay, just to be safe. Normally, you don't find cockroaches in either ear, but in this case, he had two. Where did he fall asleep? At a Waffle House? What does need an adultier adult even mean? I work in the NICU. We had a patient that was a rainbow baby for mom. A rainbow baby is a baby that's born after a parent has a pregnancy loss. Rainbow baby for something beautiful after a dark time. The baby eventually got to the point of breastfeeding. During this, I propped the baby on mom's left side. After 15 minutes, I suggested switching to the right side. 5 minutes later, I came back to check on her baby, and she was back on the original left side. I asked mom why she switched back to the left side. She said, well, dad tried to pull milk out of the right side and couldn't get any. Dad was trying to suck on the titty of mommy at the hospital-y? What the Later, dad was bottle feeding the baby. There was about 5 to 10 milliliters of milk left over. The dad offered the remaining milk to mom as a drink. Mom proceeded to say, no, I don't want it. I'm not weird like you. Yeah, and now you have a child with this weirdo, ma'am. Is this a thing that happens? I want to be supportive because they did lose a baby, and I don't know if this is just his way of coping, but what the Am I being too judgmental? This has never happened to me, so you know what? Let's just try to be nice about it and let him figure it out. I want to say this is why the first baby dipped out. We had a patient check into the ED with complaints of trouble urinating. A 75-year-old man put a golf ball on the end of his uncircumcised penis and pulled the flap of skin over it and got it stuck, all because he was sick of urine dribbling. I am afraid to say that I can completely relate to the 75-year-old man. I'm only 35. I can't imagine what it's going to be like in 40 years. Oh god. And I do have a foreskin, so me and him are right there. Is that why it's called foreskin? Oh! I didn't know that. Furthermore, he then decided to drill a hole in the golf ball when he realized he couldn't pee with it stuck at the end of his penis. Yeah, no He came to us 3 days later. 3 days! Wow, 3 days. He was fine for 3 days. It probably smelled terrible. There was probably an infection. It was probably all crustied up and gross, but he was able to pee. That's all that matters. Did the dribbling stop? Probably not. You can't dribble with a golf ball. The doctor who had him was a jokester. He ended up in room 4, and the doctor teed up his putter for urology to take him to the OR to remove the golf ball. Pathology reported it was a Wilson. This is for you guys. What do you call this patient when he gets a boner? Tiger Woods. Renaissance Festival was in town, so naturally, a patient came in with a sword in his ass. I want everyone to know that is anything but natural. I've never been to a Renaissance fair, but I can imagine that was the only thing being penetrated that day.
It's not that bad.
They say whoever pulls out the sword becomes king of all the land. Lancelot, would you like to sword fight? I'll go first. Bend over. Why do I have this? I don't know. Keep all my comments in, editor. You're gonna get the real, raw, natural Steveioe. Raw! Like this sword. His ass. I had a patient I had to do bilateral lower extremity x-rays on. X-rays on both the legs. Patient refused to come to the department, so I had to do it portably. Went into the room and the patient had their legs up in the air covered with wet washcloths. My other tech had to leave the room because of the smell. I had an N95 and Vicks on my mask. I had to pull the doctor in to help me. Weak ass tech. We had to remove the washcloths and found huge pockets of maggots. Oh god. Why is it always maggots? Patient was so upset that we disturbed his pets. He had names for every single maggot. At the end of the x-rays, we had to give him fresh washcloths because we made his pets mad. I went back to my x-ray room and dry heaved for 25 minutes. This is disgusting. But also, kinda cute. You know, everybody gets lonely. You make friends wherever you can. Some people have imaginary friends, like psych patients. This person, he grew them. So don't you dare hurt them.
তুমি কিন্তু আমার একটা ভিডিও কলও করো না সোনিয়া অ্যাঞ্জেল সোনিয়া
তুমি কি শুরু করছো?
আরে আমি করলামটা কি? আমি যেখানে বয়ে আছি।
এই আমার ফোন দাও দাও কইতাছি
ছাড়ুম না।
কি দাও ছাড়ো কইতাছি আমার ফোন দিব না আমি
এইটা আমগো খানদানি রীতি তুই বুঝছ না
আব্বা গতকালকে রাত্রে বেলা এমন সেটিং দিছি। আব্বা ফোন দিয়ে কি করেন আপনি?
এই কথা কই গান শুনি এই আর কি
বাস এই দুইটা কামের জন্য
হায় হায় করছে কি আমার খানদানির ইজ্জতের ফালুদা খেয়ালাইছে
তোবা তোবা কোস কি এত বড় বদ জামাই
হারামজাদা আমার মা
শাহজাহানের সাজদা বাগান হুয়ে গেছে গা।
শাহজাহান হুনো না
কও
বুঝার পারলাম না বাড়ি মারলা আমারে কান্দলা আমি কাঁদুম তুমি কাঁদতাছো কেলা
তারপর আর কি সারা রাত কই আসলো কি করছে আমি জানি না আমার লাগে কে
আপনি তো আপনার শ্বশুর বাড়িতে গিয়া ঠিকই হ্যাঁ নিয়ম কানুন অক্ষরে অক্ষরে পালন করছেন আর আমারতে আয়া মিছা গপ
তুমি কি কইবার লাগছো এগুলা? তোমার কি মাথা আউট হয়ে গেছে নি? এত বড় স্পর্ধা আমরা আদেশ। আর আমি যে তোর রুমে আইছি রাইতে ঘুমাইছি
কেন তুই এরকম মেয়ে লোকটাকে বিয়ে করলি?
মা স্টপ ইট, এইভাবে কথা বলতেছো কেন? হ্যাঁ, মানুষকে ছোট করে কথা বলো কেন? শোনো, আমি তোমার বিয়ের আগে ছবি দেখছি, তুমি যে খুব আহামরি সুন্দর ছিল না আমি জানি। বিয়ের পর
আমি এত কথা শুনতে চাই না, আজকে থেকে লাইফস্টাইল ফুল অফ।
আমার ফোনটা তোমরা কেন এরকম করলো? আমার ফোনটার মধ্যে কত ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস ছিল জানো?
সুইট সুইট রেডি এসে সুন্দরী মেয়ে আসতেছে। সুন্দরী মেয়ের ভয় দেখানোর মজাই অন্যরকম।
20 মিনিট দেরি হয়েছে। হ্যাঁ, মানে আই এম রিয়েলি সরি। আর কখনো এরকম হয় না, এত জ্যাম ছিল। জাস্ট 20 মিনিট লেট হয়েছে, আর কখনো না। আই এম রিয়েলি সরি, অনেক জ্যাম ছিল।
সরি মানে হু আর ইউ? কে আপনি? হ্যাঁ, কি চাচ্ছেন বলেন তো? সকালে একবার প্র্যাঙ্ক করেছেন, এখন একবার করছেন। আসলে কে পাঠিয়েছে আপনাকে? কি চাচ্ছেন সত্যি করে বলেন। আপনি কিন্তু আমাকে হ্যারাস করছেন।
ও মাই গড, আইফোন 13 প্রো ম্যাক্স। মাল্টু আছে তাইলে দেখি, মাল্টু বের করুন। এই ব্যাক দেন। ওদিন প্র্যাঙ্ক করছি, ভালো লাগে না তাই না? হ্যাঁ,
ও তো ইউটিউবার, এই যে কি সব অদ্ভুত প্র্যাঙ্ক করে বেড়ায় মানুষের সাথে। কেন কি হয়েছে বলতো? হঠাৎ ওর কথা জিজ্ঞেস করতেছিস? কি হয়েছে? আমি ওকে খুন করে ফেলবো। আই শুড পানিশ হিম।
ঠিক আছে, এইসব কমেন্ট তো আসা যাবে না। ম্যাক্সের ভিডিও ম্যান, রেজুলেশন হইতে হবে হাই কোয়ালিটি, 4K হবে এবং কোনো প্রকার শোরের উপর বাটপারি রে।
তো আসল শাস্তি হয়েছে, চলো বাই।
আমি কিছু না, প্র্যাঙ্কই সব কিছু। ওই প্র্যাঙ্কটা তো আমি ধ্বংস করেই ছাড়বো, বুঝলি?
আরে মাথা এত গরম করিস না।
একদম পারফেক্ট, এটাই তো চেয়েছিলাম। ম্যাক্স আর ম্যাক্সের মা তো অজ্ঞান হয়ে যাবে। আপনি এত সুন্দর আপু, আপনাকে দেখে তোরা সবাই খুশি হয়ে যাবে, সেটা আমি চাই।
দেখো তোমাদের জন্য কি নিয়ে এসেছি।
আচ্ছা, তুই এরকম জামাইয়ের পোশাক পরে আছিস কেন?
সারপ্রাইজ।
এই মেকে এই
আসমানের চাঁদ লয়া এরকম বাসর ঘরে আহে তখন রাজা বাচ্চা গুলা হান
তুমি এই পোশাক কখনই চেঞ্জ করে আইবা, নালে কইলাম আমি তোমার আমার লগে থাকতে দিব না। আইসা আলগা খানদানি রেওয়াজ দেখে।
তোমার কত বড় সাহস, তুমি আমার মাথায় বাড়ি দিবা? এই আমি কি করছি? বাজান কি এইটা কাম করছে নি? আপনার মতো হীরার টুকরা একটা পোলারে লাথি দিয়ে বাইর করে দিচ্ছে।
দিমু একটা ঠুয়া, আমি পারুম না। এই বেটা এই আমগো খানদানে পূর্বপুরুষেরা
তো কি টিপে পড়লা
লাগলে হেরাও টিপা দিমু। তুমি বরং আমার হাতটা ব্যথা করতেছে, হাতটা টিপা দাও।
আরে এখানে হান্দাবার লাগছস কে? একটু ওদিকে নে না। তোমার বিছানা আমি ভিজায়া দিছি গা।
এটা তুমি কি করছো?
কি করছি? ঘুমাইবা না?
তোমার পূর্বপুরুষের মাথায় কি সমস্যা ছিল আব্বা?
নাটকের পর কয় কি শুনছো? ওই বেটা
আব্বা জান, আপনার পোলারে এখন জিগান তো রুটি গরম না ঠান্ডা?
বাপরে বাপ, শুনছনি একেবারে ডর দেয় তো বলে খুশি খুশি করে কাটতো হয়েছে। আপনার ডর আপনার পকেটে থুয়া দেন।
খানদানটা আমার কত উচ্চা দেখতে হইব না?
দেখতেছি তো উঁচা ভি আর লম্বা ভি।